He's a former UFC heavyweight champion. Now he could be spending the rest of his life in jail. Fans and supporters think Cain Velasquez should be set free. After all, he was only arrested for shooting the man who allegedly molested his son. I'm Chris. Let's recap. Cain Velasquez is a household name in the fighting world. You may have seen him fight in the octagon at UFC events. He was in the WWE for a few months, and he's headlined other professional wrestling events with a lucha libre promotion called AAA. Then, in an instant, it all came crashing down. Now he's facing life in prison for attempted murder. Our story begins in early 2022 when Cain's wife, Michelle, discovers something troubling about their 4-year-old son's daycare. The boy told her about one of the workers, 44-year-old Harry Goulart. He allegedly brought Cain's son into the bathroom and molested him upwards of 100 times. Harry allegedly touched the boy's private parts and was seen going into the bathroom with other kids at the daycare. Harry's mother, Patricia, owned the daycare. She and his stepfather, Paul Bender, operated the business out of their home in San Martin, California. It's unclear what role Harry played in the business. His mother claims he would visit occasionally, but didn't technically work there. A lawsuit filed in the wake of the shooting claims Harry lived in the house and was employed by the business. As you can imagine, Michelle Velasquez was floored to hear her son's story. They went to the police on February 24th, 2022. It's unclear when Cain officially found out. By then, he'd retired from MMA and was only doing a few shows here and there. The following day, Harry Goulart is arrested and charged with committing a lewd or lascivious act upon a child under the age of 14. He's released without bail 2 days later against the DA's orders. A judge tells Harry to stay at least 100 yards away from any child under 14. He also has to wear an ankle monitor at all times and is due back in court under his own recognizance. Our UFC fighter sees red. The day after Harry's release, Cain tracks him down in Santa Clara County and kicks off an 11-mile high-speed chase down the highway. According to police, Cain waits outside the Goulart home, the same building where his son was allegedly molested 100 times. He's driving a heavy-duty black truck and follows Patricia and Paul as they go pick up Harry. According to prosecutors, Harry's parents are taking him to get the ankle monitor he's supposed to wear. As soon as Harry gets in his parents' car, Cain opens fire. The family speeds off. Cain hits the gas and follows. Cain's truck is bigger and much faster. He quickly catches up with the Goulart family and rams their car near Monterey Road and Bailey Avenue in South San Jose. He opens fire again, this time hitting Paul Bender in the arm and torso. He then flees the scene before the police arrive. Police in Morgan Hill find Cain's truck later that day. With all the damage, it's not hard to spot. Cain also stands out in a crowd at 6'1", weighing nearly 250 pounds. We believe he went quietly with the police without further incident. He's officially charged with attempted murder, as police have every reason to believe Cain targeted Harry when he fired a total of 7 rounds. Police also find the legally owned handgun in Cain's car. It's loaded with 9 bullets in a 10-round magazine. Then they find another clip with 3 bullets remaining. That is to say, Cain fired 7 times, reloaded, and was ready to shoot again. Things weren't looking good for Cain at this point. Besides attempted murder, he was also charged with 3 counts of assault with a firearm, 1 count of carrying a loaded gun with intent to commit a felony, and 1 count of firing a weapon from a motor vehicle. On March 7th, a judge denied his request for bail, saying the risk is too great for Cain to return to polite society. Fans came out in droves for Cain's cause. Several fighters and UFC President Dana White sent letters to the judge expressing their support for Cain. One of Cain's lawyers is none other than Mark Garagos. You probably recognize him from the Scott Peterson trial. He's also represented celebrities like Winona Ryder, Michael Jackson, and Chris Brown. He expressed his disdain after Cain was denied bail, saying, "They released the perpetrator back into the public with $0 bail, yet they're holding Cain on no bail." When it comes to Cain's motivation to kill Harry Goulart, Mark says, "Is there anybody out there who would say to a father that this is not what you should do?" Cain's rage is understandable, but should he have opened fire on busy California streets or started a dangerous high-speed chase on public roads? He may have been trying to kill the man who allegedly molested his son, but he still put innocent lives at risk. Cain ultimately pleaded not guilty and was led away in handcuffs. After sitting in prison for 9 months, Cain was finally granted a $1 million bail. He easily posted it, but was required to remain on house arrest and wear an ankle monitor. He was still allowed to wrestle for the AAA and participated in a 6-man tag team match in Tempe, Arizona, shortly after his release. While the criminal cases against both Cain and Harry Gillart would take several years, it didn't stop the Velasquez family from filing a civil suit against the alleged sex offender. According to the suit, Harry was allowed to spend time alone with children. He'd allegedly take them into the bathroom or a small playhouse. The suit claims Patricia and Paul fostered an environment where the children could be molested, sexually abused, and harassed. Cain's son spent 5 days per week at the daycare center between 2021 and 2022. To bolster their case against Harry and his parents, Cain's then 5-year-old son took the stand and described the assault. Lawyers tried their best to keep the kid safe and comfortable while his accused attacker sat only 25 feet away. They put him in a small box so he wouldn't have to look at Harry, and also gave him a Pokemon coloring book to keep him busy. He eventually pointed to a stick figure and said Harry took him into the bathroom and touched his private parts. Harry and his parents have denied any wrongdoing. He claims he only ever helped a child put on their pants correctly. Otherwise, he says he never touched any of the kids. As of today, both cases are ongoing. Cain's trial is tentatively set for early fall 2024. As for Harry, his criminal case is still in the trial setting process. He pleaded not guilty in June 2022, so we'll learn more as time goes on. If the allegations against Harry are true, then he deserves to rot in the worst prison America has to offer. If convicted of attempted first-degree murder, Cain Velasquez could spend the rest of his life in prison. But will the jury be sympathetic when they find out why he did it? If you were on the jury, would you convict him? Let's talk about it in the comments, and if you like getting all the crime in half the time, it would mean a lot to us if you gave this a like and remember to subscribe so you never miss a recap. We're here every week with new stories. Until next time, stay safe out there. See you soon.